Yo, survivors! Today we're gonna show you how to turn that heap of scrap into a mean, rolling meat grinder. If you're new to Crossout and still think slapping a big chunk of armor on the roof is a genius move, then this guide's for you. In this video, you'll learn how to build killer rides, which builds best suit newbies, where to snag rare loot, and even how to craft helicopters. Yeah, helicopters in a car game. And here's the kicker. I've got a little gift for you. Want to start strong? Hit the link below and snag those bonuses to rev up your launch. Get comfy. It's gonna be a blast. Let's roll. All right, let's break down what Crossout really is. If you still think it's just a garage sim for nuts who bolt wheels in all the wrong places, you're dead wrong. It's a post-apocalyptic adrenaline fest where you build mean rigs, throw down in battle, and lose it when a stray shot takes out your guns, leaving you to slam into walls until the match ends. Why is it cool? Because you can slap wheels on just about anything, even the devil himself. It's all on you, and, well, how many times you can stand your old man yelling, "What the hell is this crap you cobbled together?" All right, well, let's keep figuring out how to turn scrap into a battle beast, or at least something that won't blow up on the first corner. At the start, you've got a basic ride that can handle early PvE missions and score some PvP wins, racking up cash, rep, and parts along the way. So, let's check out the game modes. PvP is your standard head-to-head brawl, fight over points, or score kills. In capture mode, hold one or more spots until the bar's full, or wipe out the enemy team. In deathmatch, take out foes, grab their drops, and hit 15 points first. PvE is all about bots, so you can feel like a champ, though sometimes they'll outplay you. Raids. Team up to loot, smash, and die for scraps. It's a blast unless you've got that one teammate rolling a swastika on wheels. Clan Wars, band together with your crew to scrap it out with other squads for glory and resources. Events and rumbles. Tackle story missions and limited time brawls. Turn special currency you can trade for parts, decorations, and more. You need gas for raids and events. Slap a fuel barrel on your rig and earn it in PvP. Your tank also auto refills daily and when you rank up with the mechanics. Now on to the real treat, progression. You grind XP, boost faction rep, and unlock new parts. Want a badass gun? Grind. Want a slick cabin? Grind. Want to paint your ride in LGBT colors? Yep, grind. So where do you get new parts? Crafting. There's a workshop where you forge weapons, cabins, and modules from all that scrap you've hauled in. Trading. Hit the market. Sell off your junk you don't need and pick up what you do. Then scratch your head over where all your cash went. Missions and raids. Finish tasks. Handle contracts. And sometimes they'll even throw you a freebie. Gifts and promo codes. Yeah. Remember that link in the description? Register now and snag some freebies. Maybe your mom will toss you a few bucks for blueprints, or maybe not. In that case, pop in these promo codes to grab some rewards. First code. This combination hooks you up with a Waterkvarn bonus, cosmetics, and decor that boost your stats. Second code, Peekaboo 2020, gives you a van, blueprint, stickers, and a paint can, a background, and a profile emblem. Third code, these letters and numbers, look, scores you a Watch Out Crossout sign. But that's not all. There are celeb promo packs too. Details in this vid. Activate them all for free and snag a load of parts, decor, cabins, and guns that'll let you build something straight out of a fever dream. So quit loafing in the garage and hit the battlefield. Now, let's get down to business. How to turn a heap of scrap into a machine that won't fall apart at the first gust of wind. Here are a few beginner build ideas. Light armor rig. Grab a duster cabin, a couple of light guns, and keep it lean. This ride's more about booking than it is brawling, but it's solid for early PvE. Bonus, it'll train you to stay positioned and not charge head first into the grinder where your armor's just cheap cardboard. Mini tank. Pick a sturdy cabin like the WWT1. Grab it through the link and deck it out with armor. Throw on a couple of shotguns for close combat, and you're set to shove your way through battles like grannies fighting for a seat on the morning bus. Pseudo Sniper Rig. A kind of boring build, but it gets the job done. Grab a high-energy cabin and load it with long-range guns. Simple. Find a hill and snipe from afar while your rig takes the hits so you can stay cool and fire away. But if someone closes in within 100 meters, find the phase, back off, but don't hit because you won't be able to do anything. Hey, how about I share some top build mistakes? Overloading parts. Your ride ain't moving. What a surprise. Don't cram everything you've got onto your rig. It won't give you any edge. Poor maneuverability? Check your part placement and weight balance. Are the wheels free to move? Will your rig do a triple flip every time you fire? Always hit the T key for a test drive to try out all movement variations, turns, reversals, climbing hills, descending, and more. Bare cabin. Left your cabin unarmored? That means you'll soon be cabinless. Armor it up like your mom bundles you up for winter daycare, plenty, but watch the weight so it doesn't mess with your balance and speed. Proper gun placement. Mount your weapons on multiple parts or right on the cabin. Slap a gun on a flimsy piece that breaks after a couple shots, it'll just fall off. Also, shield your guns a bit without blocking their aiming. Otherwise, you'll get disarmed fast and end up smashing into walls again. Good build principles. Yo, let me help. Balance and flexibility. Your rig needs to match your build style. Want a light and fast machine? Balance the weight, speed, and armor accordingly. Functionality. If you're packing 3 different guns with varying ranges, you're not a very versatile fighter. You're just indecisive. Aesthetics. At least make sure your creation doesn't look like a joke. Don't be afraid to use accessories, paints, and keep your build structure light. So get out there, build your masterpieces, and remember, a shitty rig is just experience. A good one is luck or cash. Better yet, grab promo packs and hit our link to make your life easier. Now, let's dive into one of the most crucial parts of building your rig: energy. Energy is your limit for mounting weapons and modules. So each cabin has a set energy pool. For example, the basic cabin gives you 8 energy points. Every module or weapon uses a certain amount of energy. If you exceed the energy limit, your modules just won't work. So don't cram everything onto your ride. Some players love sticking modules on without realizing they're useless and just take up a slot. Like adding a module that boosts ammo when you're running machine guns with infinitive ammo. That's a bad move. Cabin. The heart of your rig. Everything depends on it. Energy capacity. The tougher the cabin, the more energy you've got. Durability. Your health pool. If your cabin gets blown up, it's game over. Max mass. The cabin determines how many parts you can stack on. Speed. Light cabins are faster. Heavy ones are slower but can take more hits. Core modules. Engines boost your speed and entrance maneuverability. Without them, your rig moves like your grandpa on rollerblades. Energy generators. This is your cheat code for extra energy. Generators add between 2 and 10 energy points, letting you slap on more modules. Weapons modules, ammo, radiators, and coolers. These bad boys upgrade your weapons, improve reload times, increase ammo capacity, and much more. Heads up! Modules can blow up, so you gotta hide them. Ideally, leave space under the cabin and tuck modules into the frame. Otherwise, it's like wearing a death belt. Remember that your cabin is your heart, energy is your blood, and everything else is your machine's muscles. Make sure to balance it all right. For starters, I tell the rookies to build the Brick, a beastly rig that barrels straight into foes and smacks them without serious damage. Grab a heavy-duty cabin, mount some close-range firepower like shotguns, and stack your defense into a brick shape by cramming modules inside. You end up with a ruthless brawler that nobody wants to mess with. Like I said at the beginning, helicopters are in the game. They unlock at level 10, and just like cars, you can grab any you want from the Can Build tab in the exhibition. Remember, if you're low on parts, swap in equivalents or add your own twist. But I know you're creative, so I'll back you up on that with the build. Cabin. You need a lightweight cabin with high energy, like the Wyvern. It's not a tank, but that's not the point. The key is to keep the cabin light, or you'll be flying like a brick. Boosters. Ideally, slap on a couple of boosters for killer maneuverability. Weapons. Go for homing missiles like Pyre or Locust. No need to aim, just lock on and unleash. Sure, other weapons work too, but you'll struggle with guns or grenade launchers. Weight control. This one's obvious. Mount heavy parts in the center, or you'll be tipping over all the time. Game mechanics and secrets. So first off, let's figure out why you even hit the battlefield. No, it's not just for fun, it's for resources. Everything you grind in Crossout goes toward crafting new parts or selling on the market. Scrap. Your basic resource. Snag it from PvP, raids, and daily missions. You'll need it to craft any parts. Wires. Rewarded in the 4 Wires mission. Dismantling parts or from loot boxes. They're crucial for crafting epic rarity items at faction workbenches. Copper. Earned in any raid, it's needed for crafting items at faction workbenches. Plastic. Found in medium difficulty raids, it's required for crafting epic tier items. Electronics. Used for crafting legendary and relic grade items. Earned in high difficulty raids. Batteries. Needed for crafting legendary items. Can be obtained as rewards in the 4 Batteries mission. Uranium ore. Only available through Clan Wars or the market. Essential for crafting relic items in the Mechanics Secret Workshop. Yeah, there's a ton to keep track of. Might as well draw up a cheat sheet. Tips for grinding and saving resources. Knock out those dailies. They're your bread and butter for stacking up resources and XP. Keep an eye on your factions and level them up regularly. Why? Because that's how you unlock access to blueprints and badass weapons. Oh, and there are a ton of factions in the game, each with its own unique vibe. Switching between them mid-game? Totally doable. Gear mods. Put these resources to work upgrading your weapons and modules. Better gear means bigger perks. Think higher damage or faster reloads. Don't just sit on raw materials. Make every upgrade count. Smart trading. Be a market shark. Don't blow your stash on random junk. A lot of parts are easier to craft yourself. Got gear you're not using anymore? Don't let it gather dust. Sell it off and reinvest in cutting-edge modules to keep your loadout sharp. Map secrets. Terrain tactics. Use the lay of the land to your advantage. Hide behind cover and use small hills to dodge direct hits. On maps with high ground, always take the vantage point for better visibility and precise shots, assuming your build can handle it. Positioning is key. Don't go charging 1v5, you'll just get shredded. Stick to solid positions and keep an eye on your minimap. That's your lifeline to avoid nasty ambushes and make smart plays. How destruction works. Every part of your ride, whether it's a wheel, a gun, or even a decorative badge, has durability. That's why building your vehicle smartly is critical. Keep the essential components protected to ensure they last until the end of the fight. You can also target key parts of your enemy's rig. Spot a critical module, aim for it, and fire away. Disable it, or if it's explosive, blow it to Kingdom Come, taking half their cabin with it. Knock off a few wheels to slow them down. If their drivetrain is poorly built, they might end up spinning in circles. Take out their weapons to disarm them completely. Once they're nothing more than a tin can on wheels, you can leave them to rust while you focus on other opponents. And of course, the cabin. If they didn't armor it up enough, a couple of well-placed shots will send them straight to the lobby. Sure, now, I know, it all sounds overwhelming, but people are great at adapting, right? Well, let me help you get the hang of things. Start by playing PvE missions and the storyline. This will give you a solid grasp of the mechanics. A lot of newbies dive straight into PvP, eager to show who's boss, but in the end, well, let's just say it doesn't go as planned. If you can't build something playable right off the bat, no worries. Use the pre-made blueprints. Take your time to study them, and over time, you'll start to figure things out. That's exactly why the game includes basic builds from each faction and a blueprint exhibition where you can borrow designs to catch your eye. You can even use them as a base to tweak tweak and modify as you learn the ropes. Adjust your controls. Take the time to fine-tune your setup, camera sensitivity, shooting, comfort, hotkeys, all of it. Trust me, this little effort will save you a lot of frustration. And don't be afraid to experiment with different weapons and builds. At the end of the day, the key is not fearing trying new things or making mistakes. Even if your machine falls apart at the first glance early on, stick with it. With time, you'll get the hang of it, and soon enough, you'll be crushing everything in your path. Phew! We made it to the end of this wild, occasionally rough, but undeniably helpful video. There's so much more to the game that I couldn't cover here, so make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop for all the exciting stuff coming your way. What did we learn? Crossout isn't just a game, it's a battlefield for crazy engineers. We covered the basics, game modes, map features, builds, and even how to create helicopters. Now you know that shooting at wheels is a legitimate tactic. And flying at 500 kilometers an hour? Pure chaos. If this guide gave you the edge, slam that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to raid the description for some killer bonuses for beginners. Free loot isn't just a perk, it's a weapon. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll catch you on the battlefield.